They'll be calling you a radical. Kevin Blanch, back to Fukushima. You got boiled like a frog. Ken Buser capitulated it. It worked. I didn't think it would work. Chernobyl, they pulled it off. I thought, no way. Not this time. I've been fighting this nuclear cartel before I was born. Next stop, it looks like it'll be in the Nevada test site. You know it's a national park now. So, I'm hoping to be down there pretty quick. I got a group of musicians. We're working on some stuff down there. It'll be pretty cool. Very excited about it. They've invited me to be the voice for their band and their music, whatever. They're going to cut some music, whatever, and they're going to use me. I'm going to be their singer-ranter, but it'll be very cool. We got boiled like a frog, and I want to understand, I've been fighting this nuclear cartel my whole life. Before I was born, I was given leukemia in the 50s. Wasn't born until 1960. My father, nuclear, we know factually. We know in factual detail. It all lays out there now. It explains so much about my life and my journey. So many people. I think there's probably millions of people that have passed that are like me, the sons and daughters of the atomic veterans, of downwinders, of people that were irradiated in such an acute fashion. You know, the children of people that worked at nuclear reactors. Cancer is perfectly correlated with nuclear fallout. Death via cancer is perfectly correlated. I've been fighting this thing, and I want to talk about betrayal. I want to talk about a man could tell 1,000 lies, about the truth of Fukushima, how it's played. By the way, that last video, people pulled back on it. That was all improv, and that could be one of my best I ever did. Wow. It says it all. Is America gone? Yes. American toxic. Absolutely. Mission accomplished. It's gone. It's over. There's an absolute... Now, I'm not saying there's absolutely no future and there's no hope, but for our generation, absolutely. There's no future. It's gone. Politically, socially, the fabric, the hypnotism. And I want people to talk. I want to explain about this YouTube site, about this nuclear fight of mine that has gone on my whole life. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. The YouTube site. I got cancer. I got leukemia. I still have leukemia. I still have AML. You don't just one day say, oh, you don't have AML no more. People need to understand how these diseases work. I have an acute, hardcore, radical that the survival rate in reality, the type of leukemia, the survival rate is probably much, much less than 1%. You know, and still, you're still going to get people coming to me and telling me how to survive one. They should be asking me, like I said, yellow is blue, red is green, black is white, up is down, the entire country's upside down. We hate globalists, we don't even know what a tariff is. I mean, it's just completely the opposite. We wrap ourselves upside, say we're patriots when we're anti-American. Rupert Murdoch's own words. I hated the American system. I hated it. I come out of the house in Windsor. I come out of fucking, their schooling and, I hated the I've always hated the American system. I wanted to destroy the American system. So I used the flag and everything, and he did it. Mission accomplished. It just proves that one person can accomplish an amazing feat. Look what Rupert Murdoch did to America. Indoctrinated, and they did it through the so-called Christians. I'm religious when I'm really a devil. I mean, and it's completely flipped. It's completely upside down. American toxic. They've radiated the entire thing, and everybody asks me all the time, how's this end, Kevin? How's it? I said, when all the baby boomers are dead, which is going to happen quicker thing. Or, I'm not a doom crier. I'm a freaking survivalist. I mean, I'm alive. So much of this has been to stay alive. I say the same thing that I said before Fukushima happened. And I did thousands of lectures when I was a professor. I did thousands of fucking lectures, ranting in the street, protests. I've been doing this my whole life. How's this going to play out, Kevin? Are there going to be a fucking major nuclear disaster? It's either going to happen in Japan or it's going to happen in California. It's going to happen at San Onofre, or it's going to happen in Diablo Canyon, or it's going to happen on the fucking coast of fucking Japan. And I cannot overstate this, but logic, it is much safer to live in Tokyo than it is in California. They boiled you like the frog? I mean, I could prove this over and over and over, but I could tell you how in denial the American populace is about this, and they don't even care. They'll go right to their desk because they've been literally, I'm not kidding, they've been boiled like the frog. No offense to frogs. USS Reagan suit. By the way, that'll probably be the most valuable thing I'll ever own in my whole life. I have the only permit that was issued. The only permit that was requested. The number one most marquee, probably case in American history is going to play out. The United States Sailors, Cooper versus TEPCO, how it started. It's them versus General Electric, which it always should have been, which it should be them versus the Department of Energy, which it should be Kevin Blanch versus the Department of Energy. Yet no attorneys will take it on because they murdered my father, and I can prove that Teller and the choices were made at Livermore and at Cal Berkeley to murder their offspring before they were born. We know this in factual detail. They knew it was going to happen. They did it anyway. Same with the Reagan. They needed a human guinea pig them to see how their new reactors they were experimenting with over there and how it played out and how they human guinea pig their own people. And you think, oh, they would never do that? Long history in this country of it. You know, all run by the head of the snake. Is it eugenics? Hell yes, it's eugenics. Anybody that's in denial about that doesn't even know anything about John Holdren, who's been running this cleanup. Barry Antoinette let them eat yellow cake. It's all betrayal. But American populace has been boiled, and they're all for it. This YouTube site, I've been full of AML leukemia for 3 years. I've made a lot of goals. A lot of goals. To sit and say, oh, it's behind me, I would have to be the biggest jackass fool in the world. And I want people to understand, too, this. There's a lot of critically ill people with leukemias, blood cancers, and cancers that have been in this site. They're moms of leukemia children. The vast majority of my supporters along the way, and I've had hundreds of them, financially, socially, philosophically, I've had the stuff that gets sent me in the mail, thousands of supporters. Because I speak the way they want to speak. They can't because of their job, their position. Well, what do I got? I mean, when they come to you and say, Kevin, hey, you got AML, you got tumors wrapped around your lower bowel in there, it's eating you away, you're losing 6, 7 pounds a day, you're being destroyed, you'll be dead in 2 months. Well, that's it. Extract every penny you've got. I turned $3,000 on YouTube. This is how backwards they prove it. I can list them right down there, show you. And people watch with bets. I turned $3,000 from April of 2010 to October of 2011. I turned $3,000 into $700,000 on this YouTube site. Did it. That's the beauty about YouTube. Did it. You can prove it. Pull out the videos, fucking prove it. How did I start out? The first trade I made, I was on the bus, and this guy told me, he says, oh, you gotta buy fucking silver and fucking, fucking guns, blah, blah, blah. This crazy female I know told him, a lunatic, fucking lunatic. When the whole fucking hyper, and I says, just like Joseph Kennedy, when the cab driver starts giving me a list of stocks, I knew it was time. I bought the triple leverage on silver that day. Then as things went along, I was trading the derivative on Apple. $100-something a share. It's over 800 now. I don't play the stock because I hate those fuckers, but I am smart enough to understand that they use slaves for labor. They pay no fucking taxes, and they're looting America. How can they not be the fucking most profitable company in history, man? Because that's never existed before. When you play the derivative, you play it out, you call the stock out. It actually plays against them because it pulls their stock out. But, they're so big, you can't touch these monsters. Like say, quit buying their products. Ha! Branded. The new American dream. Fucking extort a fucking America. Use their roads, use their things, don't fucking put anything back into America. That's what the baby boom does. Baby boomers handled America on a silver platter with tons of equity. Surplus jobs, they used it all up and then went into they fucking annihilated the fucking children's futures. They tore down the fucking earth forever. These are global issues. Nuclear is global. And I've been hardcore anti-nuclear my whole life. My goal is to shut down all nuclear. People ask, all of it. Every fucking bit of it. It's like the nerve gas. Get rid of it. Spend the next 100 years trying to get rid of it. But is it too late? Yes, it's too late for so many because it's killing so many. This YouTube site has been me, number one goal, me surviving cancer. Absolutely. Showing the playbook, how to survive cancer through my art, through my activism, which was nothing new. Nothing new, just more acute, more intense. The YouTube site's been absolutely acute, like the cancer's been acute. I've had to counter them. Somebody says, oh, you're over the top. I'm over the top. I'm over the top. Look at the fucking other side, General Electric, the fucking passive American media, the fucking whole fucking Kevin Camps, the whole plea. They're saying, I'm over the top. These lying fucking mass murderers. Fuck. It's outrageous. It's been survival, and I have survived so far. With a lot of people's help along the way. I fear no evil. I fucking fear no evil. How can I not fear no evil? I've had the most evil thing in the world in my body. We live in the most evil place in the fucking history of mankind, the United States of America. They're evil. That has nothing to do with a commentary. I mean, mass murder their own man fucking for fucking banksters and fucking oil profiteers, and these guys go along, kill their own people, and America just goes along with it. America won't even talk about fucking the causation of cancer. All they'll talk about is cure. They love that. You know, and by the way, they're eating their own. There's a lot of famous people and a lot of fucking rich people and a lot of celebrities that are dying of cancer right now, post-Fukushima. Lots of them. Cancer is a major, major epidemic in this fucking North America. People are so arrogant they think they're above it. You know? Oh, did I pick the right song too? I live to tell. A man can tell 1,000 lies. I've learned so much in the last 4 years about the psychology of human beings. I mean, people that are doing the goodness out of their heart and the fucking doing the right thing, and you know, we don't have AdSense accounts, we don't fucking do anything. I mean, trying to survive, because I know the end, all we have to do is get the truth out. Thus, post-ignorance. It's ignorance that has fucking killed us through the nuclear cartel. The truth known about the nuclear cartel, no, it's all gone forever, and they know that, I know that, but the American populace does not know that. Boiled like the frog? Absolutely. Did it work? Ken Buser was a capitulation to it. You know, next stop, Nevada test site. You know, so I'll be down there. You know, there's a big group of us from Las Vegas in here, which I don't live very far from there. You know, I'm a downwinder, so are you. You know, it's like downwinders we forgot here in Utah. Well, I got news for you. Plutonium didn't forget. The half-life's 24,500 years in the non-moxed. Now what we got pouring over Fukushima, and Buser presents his softball, and I knew everybody would just go with it. Nobody's going to listen to me. Nobody's going to... And it has nothing to do with my style, my intensity, whatever. I've tried to counter the softball activist who's been a giant failure for 40 years. And, you know, I came out of denial a long time ago. When I watched Annika fucking die of leukemia, when I watched my dad die of leukemia, when I was in the primes of their lives, healthy people, so many people, I came out of denial a long time ago. And I understood that the, you know, latte eating passive, oh, I'm green, let's hold hands and try to levitate the White House. Leader lies. Don't raise your... I understood that a long time ago, that that was a giant failure and played right into the fucking evil's fucking hands. I understood that the co-op AstroTurf, get a gun and buy some gold's fucking work. I understood these failures. I understood the co-oping of the evangelicals and the co-oping of the Mormons through Karl Rovies has just fucking tricked those fuckers to be their own fucking devils when they say they're Christians. I understand that it's been a failure. I've understood that for a long time. For a long fucking time. Long before this YouTube site started, I pivoted my fucking style, my activism, because I want to be an effective activist. Number one, I want to end all nuclear. I want to educate and show people in an intense way, whether I got to use art, music, whatever, you know, creativity, you know, and I've used everything. A lot of people don't pick it up through these videos, but there's so much in there. You know, what a genre this is. What an incredible genre this has turned out to be. These videos, like I said, what pieces of art some of those videos I've done are. Wow, holy cow, what pieces of art. Wow, and you know, I've always, I used to do mine like this, you know, and you look at Vincent, it's like this. Boy, do I understand now that it was about betrayal. Vincent never sold a painting. If you lined up the top 100 paintings on earth, pieces of art for that matter, in the world, my guess is Vincent and Michelangelo would probably be 90 of the top 100. You know, Vincent's paintings, if you sold all the paintings in the world, my guess is Vincent's 50 of the top 100 would be his. He never sold a painting. I know why it's not this, which I used to always think, why is it not this? That's what I was. You know, when I got leukemia, it was like this. But now I understand this. Oh, do I understand this. That document I have that people says, oh, we spent weeks and months trying to get you a permit. Took me 15 minutes down there. Lori made this. I really love this, by the way. I'm going to do an art show with all the art just simply sent to me. I got hundreds of them, and they're magnificent. That's how I know we've got the best of the best, and we are changing the world, and I'm changing the world. We are. Through communications, through the art, through the truth. Hat was knitted for me while I was in the hospital by a wonderful woman while I was dying. She made this for me. Really great. So, you know, and then I'll protest on the 28th, Yellow and Black Friday, and just keep going fighting. You know, it's fight or die. Did we lose? Yeah, we lost. Absolutely. Have I learned so much about people's behavior? Yeah, a man can tell 1,000 lies. I've learned my lesson well. Hope I live to tell. 1986, that was Chernobyl. By the way, that sitting in that chair, Madonna dressed in the old thing, and that was, look up who wrote that song and what he really wrote that song, Ophelia. Oh, curses spite that I was ever born to set this right. Wow. Wow. What a journey it's been. What an incredible journey it's been. You know, and we'll keep fighting. You know, and I got a hunch we're going to make some really cool fucking music out there. These guys are professionals. They're the real deal. They've asked me to do it. So we're going to do it in the, by the way, the Nevada Test Site is a national park now. They left the treasures. I've been in it lots of times. I can take you on a drive behind my house and take you all the way to California through that fucking desert. That's where I grew up. You know, I know every nook and cranny. By the way, I'll protest. I'm working with the Army on their filthy, stinking, the nastiest, filthiest fucking thing on the face of the earth right out here. They don't let anybody, but I've been negotiating where I can video and where I can. There's been a back and forth, going back and forth with them for a long time, and, you know, I'm going to get that video up. It's never been videoed before properly, ever. And I'm going to do it on the 28th, so, and I'm working with them so they'll let me do it, so it's legal like, so people can understand and see what's killing your children and what's killing you. And so, $18 trillion debt, people don't even want to talk about it. You know, what's a tariff? We hate globalists, New World Order when it's Old World Order, and you know, I go on those intense improv rants. You think that's easy? Wow. That's purely from the soul. I mean every word of it. You know, you can betray me, you can turn your back on me, I don't care. Because I've had one thing, and I fear no evil. I've had to be that. I've had to fear no evil. I have one thing on my side, is the truth. I've been so open and so honest and so truthful about all this, over the top. I've been so radical trying to counter this because that's the way it has to be. You know, we have to freaking let people seek the truth, because this has to be a revolution of the soul. Too late? Yes, absolutely too late for so many. I mean, because of nuclear. I mean, you can't clean it up. Well, it'll never be cleaned up. Trying to cope with cancer, that's what will be going forward. That's what the economies will be. And say institutes that give you cancer, treat you for cancer, and extract it. That's what it's going to be. I mean, that's where all the jobs are. I mean, they call it the usury service-based economy after they gutted the country, trickle-down economics. Alex Greenspan's the greatest terrorist in American history. Really, the only real job, I mean, you know, I've learned one thing too, the greatest people in the world are nurses. The nurses are the greatest on earth. You know, and so that's what everybody's going to be. It's going to be the cancer survival industry. You know, the food, and by the way, you know, a lot of this, the food chain is toxic. And I've learned this the old-fashioned way through my walk and through my, I eat very good now, and I'm a very happy person. I get people all the time say, Kevin, you're so happy all the time. Why? You know, because I understand the purity of life. I understand every single day is a gift, and the things that I love don't cost any money, but you know, they're ruining those for everybody. The food chain means a lot. The food chain is so toxic. No wonder we're all fucked up. It's a fucking catastrophe, you know, but not this. I get this now, and it took me till just the last few days to really get this. But I understand why he didn't do this. Boy, I understand why he did this. You know, but I'm not going to take my own life. No, the nuclear industry will do that for me, for all of us, including themselves. Stay tuned. We'll keep this fucking anti-nuclear activism of mine going, the survival of mine going. And all you supporters, the hundreds and thousands of you that have fucking stayed behind me and supported me, that believe in me, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. You know, we have to fear no evil. That's all we can do. Stand tuned.